What is the worst hot take you have ever seen in regards to the NBA? There are a ton of bad ones out there, but I found a tier list that includes 20 of the worst hot takes in NBA history. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and comment down below your hot take for the upcoming NBA offseason. Let's jump right into the video. So jumping right into the tier list, we've got Mavs won the Luka trade. Honestly, I don't think this is a horrendous take. We don't really know yet because only time will tell. I mean, if the Mavericks somehow win multiple championships, can you really say that it was a horrendous trade because they ended up winning? They might not have won with Luka. I mean, they couldn't win with Luka. Obviously, he didn't get a lot of time there. The only reason it'd be successful is if Luka failed with the Lakers and the Mavericks succeeded. They both need to happen. I don't think this is a terrible take though. I'm putting it in mid-heat. That is not a great hot take to start with. But moving on, we've got the 2025 Thunder are a top 5 team to make the finals since 2000. And look, I don't know every team to make the finals since 2000. I know there's great Lakers teams, Spurs teams, Warriors teams, Cavs, Mavericks, the Celtics. There's plenty of great teams. This Thunder team though is a very, very good team. Obviously, it's taking them 7 games potentially to beat the Indiana Pacers, who we all are like, okay, they're the 2011 Mavericks, but that doesn't discredit how great the 2025 Thunder are. We all know how great the 2011 Heat are. That's one of the greatest teams since 2000. So even if the Thunder lose the finals, this is still a very good team. I wouldn't say that they're top 5. I don't really know all the teams, but again, this is a mid-heat option in my opinion. My brain just melted there, but I think that's not a hot take whatsoever. Both of these top 2 are not horrendous takes. I think I can see the logic in them. Next up, we've got Johnny Football will be bigger in Cleveland than LeBron ever was. Didn't Colin Cowherd say that? We need quotes of the people who made these hot takes. Johnny Football, that's a horrendous take. You can maybe see the logic when he got drafted, I guess. But LeBron, this is too hot to handle. This teeters on the Julius Randle tier, but not quite. Okay, now we've got get rid of all Europeans. They are a liability on defense. Let me introduce you to Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Oh, you don't like a Greek person? Does that count as European? Okay, what about France? We've got Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert. Talk about liability on defense. Let's talk about liability on offense, Rudy Gobert. But his defense is fantastic. This is a horrible take. This is the worst take that I've seen so far. This is in the Julius Randle tier. Is this just about Nikola Jokic, who honestly is not a horrible defender? He teeters on average to good. Let's not act like all Europeans can't play defense. There's much more American players not playing defense in the NBA. Okay, now we've got Shaq is the 5th best center of all time. You know what? That's a bad take. That is just a bad. I'm getting sweaty. So we've got Jokic. Jokic is up there, top 5. Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Hakeem. Yeah, no, there's no way. You just can't have. I don't think you can make the argument for Shaq being 5th. Like, he is easily top 3. Maybe you could argue 4th, but 5th, no, absolutely not. We're putting that in hot garbage, but not as bad as those 2 takes there. Now we've got the Warriors are a team that depends on their free throws. Like the current Warriors? Oh, like in this past playoffs where they were making if they're talking about Jimmy Butler, sure. But the entire Warriors team, that's a hot garbage. That's just not a good take. That take is boring take. The Glove is the 3rd best point guard of all time. So Gary Payton. Okay, so we've got Oscar Robertson. He's up there. Magic, Curry, and then the Glove. You know what? I don't hate this take, actually. I can see the logic. He could be arguably the 3rd best point guard of all time. It'd be harder to say he's 2nd or 1st because Curry and Magic are obviously the 2 best point guards we've ever seen. But who is 3rd? Is it Oscar O? Is it Gary Payton? Is it Russell Westbrook? Chris Paul? Somebody maybe I haven't mentioned. John Stockton? Steve Nash? Who is it? Who do you think the greatest point guard of all time is? I think the Glove being 3rd is fair. That's hot, but it's logical. It's logical. Now we've got Kawhi Leonard is one of the worst superstars ever. That is a horrendous take. what about him makes him a bad superstar because he gets injured? I'm sorry, I don't like Kawhi Leonard. I used to be a big hater of Kawhi Leonard back when he was with the Spurs. I thought he quit on the team back then, but I've grown a lot of respect for Kawhi. He's one of the greatest players that I've ever witnessed. Easily top 75 player in NBA history. Okay, he is not one of the worst superstars ever. Let's calm down. Okay, now we've got. I don't think Luka Doncic is the best player on his own basketball team, and this is about the Mavs. This is about the Mavs. So are we talking Kyrie? Oh man, that's egregious. It doesn't get much worse than that. You can't even logically say that. Like you have to be coerced into saying Luka Doncic wasn't the best team player on the Mavericks. My brain is scrambling right now. Somebody actually had the goal to say that Luka Doncic is not the best player to suit up for the Mavericks. Since his tenure, he's been the best player on the team every year. He's arguably the greatest Maverick of all time. I mean, it's Dirk, but Luka is second. He's second. Kyrie is not up there. Oh, I'm getting heated. Okay. If Hallie wins this ring and finals MVP, he is higher than Westbrook all time. You know what? No. This is just wrong. This is a wrong thing to say. However, Russ doesn't have a finals. He doesn't have a ring, and he does not have a finals MVP. So I can see why someone would say it. I see the logic. You know, if you're giving accolades to make a player better, but Hallie does not average a triple-double. He never will average a triple-double. He never will do what Russell Westbrook has been able to do. Never will get that many all-star selections, all-pro selections. Never going to be that good on defense. He's not as good of a playmaker as Russell Westbrook, and I'm sorry, it is what it is. That's just, there's logic there because of the accolades, but you're just wrong. Kawhi is a better player than Kobe under pressure. Is there really a player better than Kobe under pressure? I mean, Kawhi is good under pressure. Maybe... I just think Kobe's entire career under pressure is better. Kawhi maybe has higher moments, like a couple bigger moments, but not really. Actually, this is a hot garbage take. I don't like that one at all. I want Iguodala. This is a W take. This isn't a hot take at all. Who wouldn't want Andre Iguodala? I would take Andre Iguodala right now on my Celtics. I'm not going to lie. Okay, yeah, that's just a W take. Andre Iguodala, he's a bucket, plays great defense. This is a W take. I don't think I've seen LeBron posterize anyone. There's multiple LeBron posters from this past season. Why are we acting like LeBron doesn't get one poster minimum per season? Did you just start watching basketball after he got eliminated from the play? Like, have you never seen LeBron play? Have you never seen LeBron play? You've never seen him posterize someone. What? 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 Okay. If he trained for 2 months, 52-year-old MJ would beat 30-year-old LeBron James. Are you joking? 52-year-old MJ would beat still a LeBron James in his prime. Okay. This is the worst one. This is the worst one. Put him in the Julius Randle tier. It might need its own tier. It might need the MPJ tier. Okay? That's just a terrible take. Why would anybody say that? How could you even fathom 52-year-old MJ training for 55 years wouldn't make a difference on 30-year-old Bron? No one's beating 30-year-old Bron one-on-one. Nobody. Prime MJ's not beating 30-year-old LeBron James. It is what it is. I don't care what age MJ. He ain't beating LeBron. Nope. Anyways, OKC sweeps the entire playoffs and becomes the greatest team of all time. Well, this ended up being a bad take. They didn't sweep anybody, actually, so this is going in hot garbage. You can see the logic pre-playoffs, though. I'm not mad about that one. That's not a bad take. I'll actually move it up. Hot, but logic. Okay, Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet were at least as valuable as Kawhi in the 2019 finals. Whoever this is does not like Kawhi. 2 of these 3 Kawhi ones. This is a big Kawhi takes. You know what? I actually... This is almost a W take. Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet were at least as valuable as Kawhi Leonard in that finals. I'd argue Fred Van Vliet might have been more valuable than Kawhi Leonard in that entire playoff run, including the finals. Fred Van Vliet was absolutely amazing in those games. I almost want to put this, I'm putting it in W take. That's a good take. That's not a bad hot take. A guy who argued up and down that Michael Jordan was actually a small forward, so he could say the greatest shooting guard of all time is Kobe, I'm guessing. I don't understand what this one is. We're just gonna put it in Hot but Logic. Okay. I think Luka's game is kind of boring. What about Luka's game is boring? Is it the one-legged threes? Is it the circus shots? Is it the dribbling? Is it his pace because he's slow? This is a bad take. Hot garbage. Hot garbage. I'm calming down. Giannis isn't 2019 MVP and isn't the MVP of the Bucks. How old is this? Giannis has had an argument to be the MVP for 5 straight seasons. This is just a bad take. Giannis, one of the greatest players of all time. Okay, Giannis, he absolutely deserved MVP in 2019, and he definitely was the MVP of the Bucks. If it was just you saying he isn't the MVP of the Bucks playoff run, I could see the logic because Chris Middleton really played Batman for them. He was the one hitting shots at the end of the game, but that's not what this says, so it's too hot to handle. Now we've got Paul Pierce has had a better career than Dwayne Wade. No. Like, maybe entire career, like post-basketball. Paul Pierce's post-basketball career is amazing, but basketball career? No, hot garbage take. 2020 ring hurt LeBron's legacy because it was easy. The LeMickey ring was not easy. I'm not trying to come off as a LeBron glazer. I respect LeBron. I know how great he is. That was one of the hardest championships to win, arguably in NBA history. This is going in the Julius Randle tier. That's a terrible take. Giannis is overpaid for running and dunking. If you still believe that all Giannis does is run and dunk, you're wrong. First of all, you need to stop watching the NBA. And second, even if that was the case, it doesn't matter because you still can't stop him. You still can't stop him. He's still going to drop 30 on your team's head. Julius Randle tier, horrible, horrible take. The Nets should kill 5 of their players to trigger a disaster draft to improve their roster. I am not about to say that that is a W take. What is that? Why would that be on the tier list? I feel wrong even including this. But I see the logic. I see the logic. You want a better draft. I get it. But that's too hot to handle, man. That's too serious. It's not that serious, man. Okay, Luka is breaking LeBron's scoring record. You know what? That's not going to happen. But I see the logic. He was on a trajectory to do so. I watched a whole YouTube video about it, that if anybody could do it, Luka was on the pace to do it, but I'm not sure if he is anymore after this past season. Down to 2 more hot takes. Let's see what they say. Real Hoopers know in the end KD is going down as a better player than LeBron. I'm done. Let's move on. Jaden McDaniels is the 3rd best player between the Lakers and Timberwolves. In a series with LeBron, Anthony Edwards, and Luka Doncic. Jaden McDaniels is the 3rd best player. You could have said 4th, and I wouldn't have been mad. 3rd? Who is he over? Who are the top 2? Because I'm getting the vibe that the top 2 are Anthony Edwards and Luka. If you don't got LeBron in there, you're bugging. If you don't got Luka in there, you're bugging. If you don't got Ant in there, you're bugging. But that's the most logical one you can make, is that McDaniels is better than Ant. You can't argue with the other 2. You can't argue it at all. This is a bad take. Too hot to handle. Not as bad as a Julius Randle tier. Let me know where you would have put these hot takes. Which hot take was the worst? Which hot take wasn't sizzling as much as the other ones? I'm actually triggered right now. My head hurts. It is pounding. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And until next time, y'all, peace out.